Hey guys, dim the lights. Grab a blanket and get ready, because this story will give you chills down your spine. This is the true story of a haunted house, where one terrifying night changed a family forever. Imagine an old house, surrounded by darkness, hiding a curse that never dies. Ready? Let's dive in. This story begins when Vikram, Neha, and their little daughter, Ananya, moved into a new house. But on the very first night, they realized they weren't alone. Someone or something was already there. Who was it? Let me tell you. This happened 3 years ago when Vikram, a bank manager, got transferred to a small village near Jaipur, Rajasthan called Chomu. Their budget was tight, so they rented an old house on the outskirts of the village. It was a grand old-school haveli, big windows, creaky wooden stairs, and an attic nobody went to. The locals warned, "That house isn't right, man. A spirit roams there." But Vikram, being practical, laughed it off. "Come on, Neha. Ghosts are just movie stuff," he said while they unpacked. The first day was normal. The house had a vintage charm, old paintings, dusty furniture, and a big hall where Ananya, their 8-year-old daughter, played. Neha was setting up the kitchen when Ananya said, "Mummy, I heard something upstairs, like someone's walking." Neha brushed it off. "Sweetie, it's an old house. Creaky sounds are normal." That evening, Vikram came back from the office. They had dinner, and everyone went to bed. The silence of the night made the house feel even more mysterious, but nobody thought much of it. Things started getting weird from the second day. In the morning, Neha felt like someone was standing behind her in the kitchen. She turned around, nobody. "Must be my imagination," she thought. In the afternoon, Ananya was playing in the garden and suddenly ran inside, scared. "Papa, there was an auntie at the gate staring at me." Vikram checked, but no one was there. The villagers told them the house once belonged to a Thakur, whose daughter died tragically years ago. They said her spirit still lingered. Vikram ignored it. "Neha, these are just rumors. People love making up stories." On the third night, things got creepier. Around 10:30 p.m., Vikram and Neha were watching TV when a loud thump came from upstairs, like something heavy fell. Vikram grabbed a flashlight and went to check the attic. It was full of old trunks and cobwebs, but in one corner, he found a faded photograph, an eerie woman with hollow eyes. He left it there and came back. "Probably a rat," he told Neha, but Neha was uneasy. "Vikram, this house feels creepy. Let's look for another place tomorrow." That night, the real horror began. Around midnight, Ananya woke up crying. "Mummy, an auntie was in my room." She said, "Give me my daughter back." Neha hugged her tightly, but then the lights started flickering. Vikram checked the wiring. Everything was fine. Suddenly, the main door creaked open and shut on its own. "What's happening, Vikram?" Neha asked, her voice trembling. There was no wind outside, yet the curtains were swaying. Neha grabbed her phone to call a neighbor, but there was no signal. The house grew darker, with only moonlight filtering in. The suspense was at its peak. Vikram decided to go outside for help, but as he reached for the door, he felt a cold hand on his shoulder. He spun around, nobody. Ananya screamed, "Mummy, she's there!" In the hall, they saw a shadow, a woman in a long sari moving closer. Neha grabbed Ananya and ran to the bedroom. Vikram turned on his flashlight, but it was dying. "Who's there?" "Come out," he shouted, but all he heard was a chilling, faint laugh that made his blood run cold. The night felt endless. Plates crashed in the kitchen like someone was throwing them in anger. Neha started praying, "God, please protect us." Ananya said she'd seen the same auntie in her dreams saying, "This is my house." Vikram was starting to believe something was wrong. They spent the night locked in one room, hearing scratching sounds outside, like nails clawing at the door. At 3 a.m., the scariest moment hit. The house turned freezing cold, like they were in a freezer. Ananya pointed upstairs. "Papa, she's coming." Heavy, slow footsteps echoed from the stairs. Vikram peeked through a crack in the door and saw her, a pale face, red eyes and hands outstretched. She whispered, "My daughter, give her back." Vikram's heart raced. He remembered the attic photo. It was her! Neha and Ananya were sobbing. The shadow came closer, and in a panic, Vikram grabbed the photo and burned it with a candle, hoping it would break the curse. As the photo burned, a deafening scream shook the house. The lights flickered wildly and the shadow vanished. By morning, everything was quiet. The family packed up and left the house that same day. They asked the villagers, who revealed the Thakur's daughter didn't die in an accident. Her own daughter was murdered, and she took her life in grief. Her spirit now searches for her child in every new family. Vikram, Neha, and Ananya never looked back. But here's the twist. Months later, Ananya said the auntie still appeared in her dreams, saying, "You're my daughter." Maybe the curse didn't stay. With the house, it followed them. Guys, this is a true story, based on real events. If you ever find a house like this, think twice before moving in. Good night, but don't think about this story too much, or your night might get a lot scarier.